Hi everyone, Amy here with Amy's Wares, and I have a clean and simple duo of Sympathy cards to share with you. Now I have this new to me embossing folder called Leafy Greens. It's from Simon Says Stamp. And I also have some cardstock that I die cut with a stitched edge rectangle die. Here's a photo of the finished cards to show you the direction that we're headed. They're pretty much the same other than one slight variation with the cardstock. Now, these folders, while they're not listed as 3D embossing folders, they definitely react like 3D embossing folders. They're very dramatic, and the folders themselves are very thick, which is more like the 3D variations that you'll see on the market. Now, on this one, I kind of unintentionally embossed it backwards. So I had the stitched detail more on the debossed side. So I'm just putting a little piece of washi tape so I know which side is the front moving forward. So here I have the stitched edge with the front embossing and then the stitched edge with the debossed side. And both of them are pretty, so I was kind of excited to create that slight variation. Now, the cool thing about this is it comes with a coordinating die, and it does line up right here in the embossing folder. So what I did, as to not squish it down after I embossed it, is die cut it first and then line it up in the embossing and then run it through, and you get that really cool detail feature. Now, to finish these, I'm just going to find some sentiment strips. This is the Sympathy set of simple strips from Tailored Expressions, and those amazing storage boxes that you see are actually something at Tailored Expressions as well. So this is a really nice variation of Sympathy themed sentiments, and you get the die that cuts out all the sentiments at once, the stamp which stamps everything at once, and then, like I said, you can store them in these amazing storage boxes. So I'm kind of just pulling the pieces that I want to use together, figuring out what sentiment for the front of the card, what sentiment for the inside of the card, and luckily I do have some in gray, which worked perfectly with the theme that I was going with these little die cut leaves. So this particular die set, you can see I'm using it in the case of a simple Sympathy design here, but you could use this for anything. This would make a great fall card. You could probably switch up the colors, maybe add some little berries or something, make it more festive, like holiday. You could do ink blending and make this rainbow for all you wanted. So lots of different variations. And I'm just going to attach these two panels down on card bases. That's US A2 size, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And you can see the stitched edge rectangle die did cut it down slightly smaller than A2, so it does have that nice white border. So lots of clean and simple, lots of white space for the eye to rest. And then I'm just going to pop up those sentiments with some thin foam strips that I get from Amazon. But first, I want to go a step further on this one card. So with the raised portion, or so the side with the embossed side, I'm just grabbing my Delicata silver pigment ink and just brushing that over the top, and it just gives it a nice little design element. Now this is another optional step. I have, I don't remember what these tools are called, but I'll try and link them below, but I'm basically using it into a piece of foam to give the leaves a rounded edge. So it gives it a really natural rounded look, and then I'll be able to just pop some little circular foam dots behind it just to kind of support it and give it some dimension on the front of the card. So I think it was Chris, I can't think of her last name off the top of my head. I learned that from her, and it was just so genius. She's like the clean and simple queen. You probably know who I'm speaking of. If you recall, please let me know in the comments below what her last name is, because it's slipped my mind. But she did this, and it just blew my mind. She did like a white die cut, I think on a white background, with that rounding element onto the paper, and then just kind of popped it up with these dots, and my mind was blown. So definitely one of those little techniques that you learn from watching people's videos, and it's just so cool just to learn new tricks like that. So basically I'm going to release the backers, set that down, and attach the little sentiment strips with the thin foam strips. Just adding a little bit of glue onto the stem just to make sure that that's nice and secure. And I added some resin droplets just for another little added feature. So very simple in design. These have slightly different look with the, silver element kind of brushed across the top, and then the other one using the debossed side. But definitely check these products out. I'll link them in the video description box below. If you do use my affiliate links, it's no additional cost to you, but it does help me out a lot. So thanks so much for spending time with me today, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.